Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Want to highlight some of the deals from the Steam Summer Sale. Now, these are deals under the price of $30, and I'm gonna be frank with you guys. When you get up above the threshold of $20, even up above the threshold of $10, to be perfectly honest, like, it's gotta be a game you really want to play to get it, to buy it. That's just the no ifs, ands, or buts about it. These days, if I am looking at it objectively, obviously I'm in a special situation where I make videos on YouTube and I get a lot of my games just for free from the publisher and everything like that. But if I put myself in the shoes of the average consumer that has so many games to pick from, so many games to buy at a wealth of discounts, paying $20 for a game is a tall ask, and unless it's something you really want, a lot of the times I'm just going to be like, bro, wait for it to go cheaper, wait for it to be in a humble bundle. But there are certain cases where some of these games just won't get any cheaper. For example, our favorite publisher over at Square Enix, which a lot of their games are on here. But, you know, that's a decision for you to make. But my humble opinion is that paying above $20 on a game is a tall ask, and it's got to be a game you really want. So, with that being said, got a couple deals to go over, so let's get right into it. Cyberpunk 2077 is 50% off for $29.99. They do have the Ultimate Edition 43% off for $51.04. Look, at this point, I think Cyberpunk 2077 is a damn good game, and I also think it's a game that on PC is going to hold up in price for quite a while. I actually think when it comes to getting Cyberpunk at a discount, console players are probably going to have an easier time because they released that Ultimate Edition physically, and I just think by fall of this year, that version of the game is going to get discounted heavily in, you know, their local Best Buys or whatever. Not going to have that luxury on PC, and I don't think CDPR is going to put a steep discount on Cyberpunk Ultimate Edition. Maybe a little bit deeper of a discount. I could see it getting down to like $45, $42 around that range. But we're talking about the base game here, and at this point, after the 2.0 update, Cyberpunk 2077 is a damn compelling open-world action RPG. I even thought it was a fairly decent game when it initially came out in 2020. Like, I was one of the people that leading up to Cyberpunk's release, I was like, people gotta temper their expectations with this game because it's been delayed so many times. And then after release, I was like, yo, I don't think it's as bad as people are making it out to be. At this point, obviously, it is far superior to what it was at launch. But even then, $30 is a hefty price point to pay, but I do think it's well worth it. Replayability is here as well. And then, if you do enjoy it, Phantom Liberty is obviously going to be a worthwhile pickup. Alright, next up, again, we're going to have a lot of Square Enix mentions in this video. NieR Replicant is down to $24. This is a remastering and upgraded release of NieR, the original NieR that came out back in, I want to say, 2010, and is the prequel to NieR Automata. NieR Replicant is a really good game, does not have the gameplay at the level of Automata, which is a little bit unfortunate, but I still think the gameplay is pretty good. It's just Automata was done by Platinum, and they did a phenomenal job from an action JRPG standpoint. The soundtrack in Replicant is still tremendous, and overall the game is still really good. The narrative is incredibly compelling for $24. Pretty good pickup there. Next up, let's just get the Square Enix games mentioned. Live Alive is 50% off for $24.99. This is an HD 2D game from Square Enix that initially released on the Nintendo Switch and then came out on the PC. It got ported to PlayStation as well, all that kind of stuff. And it turned out to be a pretty good game in terms of its upgraded release. Now, you know, it does have an interesting style where you have all of these different characters from different eras and then their narrative does connect together. Pretty unique in that regard. I think it's a pretty enjoyable game. It's just, you know, if you like this HD 2D style, it'll probably be something right up your alley. Next up, we got Nioh, The World Ends With You, 60% off for $24. This was a game that was an Epic Game Store exclusive for a while. Finally got, you know, brought to Steam back in 2022. So yes, it's been on Steam for almost 2 years at this point. And it's still $24. That's Square Enix for you guys. An excellent JRPG. Would it be good if you played the original World Ends With You? Yeah, but it's stuck on the Nintendo DS. It is on the Switch as well, so, you know, if you guys want to figure out how to play it on there, that's your prerogative. There's also an anime for the original World Ends With You, so that is an option, but Nioh is still a great game. It does feature a new cast of characters, an awesome soundtrack. just a fantastic soundtrack as far as that's concerned, and for $24, damn good price, a lot of content, pretty good art style, and I thought the combat was really enjoyable. Some people aren't going to be crazy about it with the pins and whatnot, but I think it's really, really well done. $24, pretty good buy there. Next up, Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion, 50% off for $24.99. Now, this is for the down bad Final Fantasy fans because let's be real, an upgraded release of a PSP game for $25 is a pretty hefty price point to say the least, but Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII is a iconic game within the Final Fantasy VII universe, tells the story of one Zack Fair, which is somebody that you should be familiar with ahead of FF7 Rebirth coming out on PC. Hopefully that comes out next year, something like that, but Crisis Core is an enjoyable game, but again, at the end of the day, it is a PSP game. Keep your expectations in check, and you'll get a worthwhile game. It is also fairly short. You can complete it around 15 to 18 hours. There is some optional content and things like that, but just keep that in mind when you do get into Crisis Core. Next up, we got Hogwarts Legacy. It is 60% off for $24. I really enjoyed Hogwarts Legacy, and this game just got a summer update recently that added some content like a photo mode, and the PlayStation exclusive content is now on PC as well. It's like an exclusive quest line. Hogwarts Legacy is a game that I enjoyed, really dug the gameplay, thought that was well done. Not a crazy Harry Potter fan, narratively really didn't do it for me, but I thought from a gameplay exploration standpoint, really, really well done, and for $24, a very, very good pickup there. Next up, we got Persona 5 Royal, 50% off for $29.99. I mean, this is widely considered to be one of the best Japanese RPGs of all time, and when a game is received to that extent, like, even if you're paying $30 for it, it's gonna be a good pickup. Royal expands P5 quite a bit. Phenomenal, phenomenal soundtrack. Great cast of characters. The visuals look great, even if this is originally... Yes, the P5 was originally released on the PlayStation 3. I was about to say PlayStation 5. No, PlayStation 3, and it still has a great art style that just looks really, really good. The anime aesthetic is great. Character designs are great. Soundtrack, like I said, is great. $29.99, a good price for P5R. Next up, we got Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, 50% off for $29.99. Look, this is a game that a lot of people want to have in their library, and FromSoft has made it abundantly clear that their games, from a Souls-like standpoint, are not going to get much cheaper than $30 or 50% off. That goes for Dark Souls 1 through 3, and I'm sure that's going to go for Elden Ring going forward. Elden Ring is only 30% off, and yes, Sekiro is 5 years removed from its initial release, but you'd be hard-pressed to find it cheaper than $29.99. I would say if you want it, just go ahead and pick it up. Excellent, excellent, challenging action title. Different than Souls. If you go into it just playing it like Dark Souls, you're gonna get absolutely whooped, so just keep that in mind. But $29.99 for Sekiro, good pickup there. Next up, a game that's certainly a controversial recommendation, but it was one of my favorite games of 2023, and that is Star Wars Jedi Survivor. 55% off for $31.49. Look, Jedi Survivor is one of the worst PC ports of all time, but it is also a phenomenal, phenomenal game. It is a game that I enjoyed so much that I completed it twice back-to-back on PC. Yes, I fought through the atrocious port and just played it twice. Now, transparency, I did get a copy of this game from EA, and I'll be frank with you guys, the port was still terrible. That doesn't, just because EA gave me a copy of this game didn't change the fact that pre-release the port was terrible, post-release the port was terrible. It has gotten better, let's be fair, it has gotten better. Is it perfect? Absolutely not, and a port of this caliber is an absolute abomination, but the game is really, really good. Do play Jedi Fallen Order first. That game is great, and on sale for $4. Just go pick that up. Fallen Order is also a pretty good PC version, so it's got that going for it, and you know, it's a good game. It's just everything else attached to it. The PC port is terrible, and that obviously should not be lost. But I still wanted to give it a shout because it was one of my favorite games of 2023. And also, Dead Space Remake down to $21. Great price on the Dead Space Remake. Unfortunately, seemingly this remake didn't do well enough to justify Dead Space continuing on and getting more subsequent releases. But these things happen in gaming. But this remake is done really well. Expands Dead Space a little bit. Visually looks great. Does have some issues on PC as well, but for the most part, the experience I had on PC was great, and I have heard some issues as far as stuttering is concerned. My stuttering issues weren't that bad in this game, but yeah, try it out for yourself. You'll probably have a really good time with it. But that is going to do it for me. Again, a lot of great deals available right now. Links to all of these in the description box down below, but that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate it if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.